It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Aldi, and it's their Warehouse Pale Ale, coming in at 4.8% ABV in a 330 milliliter can. There's a look at the can. It's been produced by Williams Brothers Brewing Company up there in Scotland. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. We got a 1 to 2 finger white head. Good levels of carbonation. A clear looking pale ale. Although there is little bits of sediment floating around at the top of the glass. It's micro sediment. You may not be able to see it on camera. I wish you could. But it's looking like a nice beer. Nice look to it, at least. Let's get the aroma. It was £1.25 for a can of this 330 milliliter beer. Zesty, citrusy, a bit of grapefruit, a bit of orange peel, and then loads of biscuit malt. Loads and loads of biscuit malt, almost like a buttery biscuit malt, which we will have a look at in more detail when we take a sip of the beer. It smells okay. It does smell okay. The aroma's okay. I mean, with beers like this, you've always got to look at the price point. You've always got to look at that £1.25 per can. Although some people will argue that it wasn't that long ago that you could buy 2 packs of 8 beers, 330 millilitres, so 8 cans for £9 in Tesco, which was about £1.12 a can. So it was 13 pence cheaper than what we have in our hand here, and the beer was really good. I remember the beer being really good. You could buy like Jaipur, Thornbridge's Jaipur, and a couple of other brands as well, which were really good. So it can be done, but as a single can, £1.25. I am going to take the price into account with this beer, so let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Some people will really like this beer. If you're used to drinking traditional... This isn't quite traditional. Let me clear that up straight away. It's not quite traditional, but if you're used to drinking more of a traditional best bitter, a biscuity kind of bready best bitter, then this beer will be right up your street. It's very malty. But on the other hand, it's got a nice zestiness to it. A lemon, orange peel, grapefruit, and then a good amount of bitterness on the back end. So you've got that lots of sweet malt to begin with, lots of kind of zesty bitterness on the back end. It's a proper kind of old school American style pale ale, but at the same time it's like an English ale hybrid of being very biscuity and very malty. It's an interesting one. I will say, this is a marked improvement on some of the previous beers we've had from Williams Brothers that have launched into Aldi. And I'm looking at you, Studio 54. I didn't like that beer one bit. This is a much better beer. This is more like it. For the price point, for that £1.25 a can, It's very reasonable, very reasonable. The reason why I mention the price point is if you were to pick up something a little bit more crafty in a bottle shop, can shop, wine shop, off license I should say, then you might be paying anywhere from £2.50 to £3 for a 330ml can. So there's almost like a doubling of the price. In fact, if it's £2.50, it is doubling of the price, even more if it's a £3 can of beer. But for that you get like top quality New England IPA style beers where there's next to no malt, there's next to no bitterness. It's all beautiful, well made, kind of soft water. The water's been treated and the hops are shining. It's a really kind of passion fruit, mango, grapefruit flavour. It's really soft. You can smash it down. But then again, it's £2.50, £3 a can. So it's all down to budget, isn't it? It's all down to budget. And I think what's clever about it is Aldi know that people's budgets aren't always able to go to the bottle shop to buy yourself 10 cans of £2.50 beer, because that's going to cost you 25 quid. And some people haven't got 25 quid to spend on 10 cans of 330 pale ale. They might have 10 cans of this. What would that cost you? £12.50. It's biscuity, it's bready. I wanted to clear that diacetyl thing up earlier if some of you technical people out there are watching. I mentioned a buttery aroma. It's not diacetyl. It's probably close to being diacetyl, but it's definitely more of a biscuit malt coming through rather than diacetyl. So not to worry there. Certainly in this batch anyway. Diacetyl can be caused by a number of things. One of the main reasons is a beer being rushed, where the fermentation process has not finished yet, and they cut the beer off, and the yeast haven't finished doing its work, and then it causes like buttery flavours. There's actually brewers out there that produce buttery beers because their clientele, the people who drink their beer, actually like diacetyl in the beer. Personally, I can't stand it. If there's buttery kind of smoothness in my beer, I really do not like it at all. But it's zesty. It's a little bit of orange peel and grapefruit and passion fruit. And let's read what it says on the side of the can. Inspired by the universal desire to create a great environment for clubbing. What? We give you our tribute to all the underground parties, both past and present. With a whirlpool addition of Southern Cross and a hop rocket infusion of Mosaic in the cold tank, this pumping pale ale is the citrus and peach pleasure bomb. I don't know who ripped that, Williams Brothers or Aldi. Well, whatever they want to write on the back of their cans is up to them. Yeah, it's, for the price, it's much better than some of the previous efforts from Williams Brothers. Some of them have been absolutely shocking. And I'm looking at you, Studio 54. That beer was terrible. This Warehouse Pale Ale is better. It's acceptable for the price point. It's a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.